going on, people? It's Mr. Dore back again with another podcast. I hope everyone's fit and well. And yes, we're going to talk about yesterday's game to confirm that we are in Europe. I'm so excited. Talk about the 2-2 draw against them. I officially hate Leicester. So any Leicester fans watching this, go and screw yourself. I tell people why I hate them. So yeah, just go and screw yourself. Enjoy Championship. And people get involved with the conversation. So if you're new to our channel, please hit the like button, subscribe if you know. And Leicester City fans, go and screw yourself again. Let's get the panel in. First of all, it's weird because we've got the Liverpoolian down here.
Wirral.
Wirral got by himself. Lee.
Don't put me in that bracket.
You're from Liverpool. That's where you're from. I'm joking. He's from Wirral. He's from Wirral, people. How you doing, Lee?
I'm good, mate. I'm good. Not too bad.
Good. Next up, we've got the Irishman. He's down there. The man himself, Aaron. How you doing, Aaron?
Thanks, Ben. Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me back on the show.
No worries. You've been spending. That's what it was. Spending for the whole year. So yeah, you're back now. So people show some love to Aaron. And next door we've got the legends as well, Chelsea and Kev. How you doing, you two?
Pretty good. Thank you very much.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good. So people show some love to the panel as well. And like I said, we're going to talk about yesterday's game. But first of all, let's say we're back in Europe, people, after 30 bloody years. In the chat, you'll remember the 95 under Frank Clark, Leon, Jose, the lot of them. So people in the chat, can you remember them days? Please get involved. I know the only person who remember is Chelsea. I don't think Chelsea will remember. I think Chelsea was the only one. So people in the chat, if you do remember the 95, What's your best days of the Frank Clark days, even the European days with Sir Brian Clough? Right, let's start with the Irish man, Aaron. How does it feel we're back in Europe, man?
Oh, it's great. It's I for a long time I didn't think we would get back to this stage again. We went through so many decades, and I just thought we're never getting back to where we were. And I was afraid it might not even occur in my lifetime at one point, but it's fantastic achievement. It's great to be back where we belong in Europe and punching with the big boys. And it's been an exceptional season, and I'm absolutely delighted that we've European football next season. And a credit to Nuno, the players and the club in general. It's been a fantastic transformation, and I'm delighted to see European football back at the City Ground in Nottingham again.
Good. Lee, how you feel about it, Lee, as well?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty positive. I mean, we were just saying before we came on that we can't pretend that we weren't disappointed to probably not end up with Champions League football. But how can we be disappointed with Europa League? You know what I mean? There's some. I'm sure we're going to come on to it. There's some good teams going to be in that competition next season. Then, when you look at the list, and some great places to go for the likes of yourself, Ben, who go to the games. You know, so I'm sure when the dust settles, we'll all sit back as fans, however frustrated or disappointed some might feel now, and we'll say, you know what, it's been an absolutely fantastic season. The players will be so much better for the experiences of this season, and bring it on, bring on the future. It's just it just keeps getting better and better. We can't be too down.
100%. Kev, I think Kevin's the oldest here, aren't you, Kev? So Kevin might have Kevin's the oldest people. So I'm trying to be nice. Kev actually used to all the Brian Clough days as well, man.
Absolutely.
Like Europe. So again, what's it like, man? Forest in the European days.
Yeah, it's all right. I mean, me and my dad, we all often used to joke about never seen us getting back into the Premiership, to be perfectly honest, let alone getting back into Europe. I mean, it's just, I mean, even though the signs were good and we were, progress was being made, we didn't think it was going to happen this quick, if at all, did we really, to be perfectly honest? And at the point we're sitting here all getting frustrated, I tell you what, living in Ipswich, and it's obviously what's happening there. No, honestly, it really does affect them. We're sitting here with, not us, but there's some sort of, you get some bad press about it and people getting upset. I think I know where I'd rather be, to be honest. And let's make that progress again next season. And wow, who knows?
Definitely. Last but not least, Charles, it's your first time seeing Forest in Europe. What's it like, man? I know your dad's gave you so many stories. So what do you like?
Well, I think Dad filled me with fear that I was never going to see Forest in the Premier League in my lifetime. Now that that's happened, and I can then see Forest in Europe, is just, I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Just being able to live and breathe there without just hearing the good old days from Dad. I can live the good old days and then be able to tell my future children and grandchildren. I can't wait.
I can't wait as well. Like I said, I saw Frank Clark. That team was amazing, but see Forest back in. I've done a poll, people, as well. I'll tell the panel as well. What do you prefer, Champions League, Europa Conference? I'll go through the panel through it as well. So, people, if you can vote, what would you prefer? What do you think that will go? So, people get involved as well in the comments as well. What do you think? We'll go through the comments as well. There's quite a lot of people in today. Evening, Dore Lee. Good to see you yesterday. Evening, Charles. Fellow Gary Barley Girls as well. So good to see you as well, Kel. If you're not following Garibaldi Girls as well, it's on Instagram and the lot. So please follow Garibaldi Girls as well. Sam, good evening all. Evening, Mr. Dore. Hope you are. I'm always Sam. We're in Europe, so I'm happy. I'm not depressed like others are, but yeah, if you know, you know. Colin, hi, I'm okay. Gary says, evening, well, Gary. Evening, guys. I'm confused with all petitions going around social media about if we finish 7th in the Conference League. Do we have to play a two-legged qualifying? I don't know, Gary. Does anyone know? Do we have to go for a two-legged? I don't know. Does anyone know in the panel about this one? I don't know.
No.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
I suppose the only way we'd be able to find out would be if we looked at Chelsea, because Chelsea got into didn't they, by finishing sort of in a similar position. So I don't remember Chelsea playing any qualifiers, but I'm sure we can look into it and find out.
Gary, that's your job, Gary. Go on. You find out, Gary. You find out, my friend. They say even sounds confused. Molo, Munich away was away for 5 days. My liver never recovered. My mate Malcolm, he talks about the Munich away. Said it was the best atmosphere. I remember watching it. Steve Chettle back post. What a day! What a day! But we lost 2-1, but watching the game was amazing. The man himself, Dave Asprey. Lord Dave. Forest are back in European competition for the first time in 30 years. I'm the happiest, clappiest man alive. New Reds, Dave Asprey. I know what you mean about that, Gary. Dave. Shout out to Dave. I need to get Dave on. I miss Dave. People in the chat, should get Dave back on soon. I miss Dave. But shout out to Dave Asprey. Evening, Mr. Dore, Chelsea, Kev Lee, and Aaron. Hope you're well. I'm so happy we are European. This season may be my favourite since I became a Forest fan when I was 10-11. Like I said, Chelsea's never witnessed the European days, but now she has. So exciting times ahead for that as well. Warren, hi, Dore. We are there. Not sure how to start or say. We are there, Warren. We are there. But like I said, we are going to talk about it throughout the season. We are talking about yesterday's game as well. But yeah, it's just amazing. Man himself, David, expectations changes, and we thought it. What? Expectations changed, and we thought, yeah, we did. It all changed, but listen, I don't care. We're in Europe. That's what it matters. I don't care. David, shut up, David. Second European Way Tour for me this time. My life getting in. I know it's amazing. I can't wait. I really can't wait. Paddy says, even all European League still finds an achievement, a stepping stone for bigger and better things. Yes. Fellow Irish again, Aaron as well. Fellow Irishman as well. As well, I'm going to go through. All the comments are flying in, so I am sorry if we go through there. While we're pushing, we end up in a great position. We need to find some more good players for summer. That's wherever we'll be. Champions League, Europa. Maybe Forest will definitely have a plan A, plan B. But it's exciting times. And last one, Jen, we are going on a European tour. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Last one before we do. Evening, folks. I'm taking any European football. Let's have Anderlecht. Oh, don't mention Anderlecht, guys. Don't mention Anderlecht. Charles, do you know about Anderlecht? Sure, your dad told you about. Your dad will throw you in. Right. But before we do talk about the happiness of European football, let's talk about yesterday's game. 2-2 with Leicester. I'm going to start with you, Lee. We drawn 2-2, but after the game, if the atmosphere felt a bit weird, didn't it, Lee? It felt weird.
Full time or during the game?
Full time. Like,
yeah,
it felt weird.
I was disappointed. It was disappointing to hear that so many boos at the end. I know people are disappointed and stuff like that. But come on, you can't fault, can you, the effort from the players or anything. They're just dead on the feet. They've given so much this season. It's all, we're only going over the old ground here, but we know that we've not used a lot of players. We've gone deep into the FA Cup and a lot of extra time, blah blah blah, and we've just the players have just got nothing much left in the tank. They're absolutely knackered, and we've been limping through games. And yesterday really was just a continuation of that. We were struggling, and we've just sort of limping towards the end of the season and just not quite getting over the line to where we wanted to be. But yeah.
What about you, Aaron? Like I said, it's 2-2. We've got that point. I've got European football. How did you feel about it yesterday, Aaron?
It was actually a bit bittersweet because you're right. We got into Europe. We secured European football, but it kind of felt like frustrating or a bit disappointed that we didn't get the win because, Leicester are already relegated. We were going for the win. We still do have an outside chance of Champions League football. And I guess the frustrations came from just on our last 3 home games, we've only picked up 1 point against Everton, Brentford and Leicester. And, had we picked up like some points from those games, and if we'd won yesterday, we'd be sitting 5th. So there's kind of the frustration at that, just the way the game kind of petered out, that Leicester got the equaliser, and they're obviously away fans made a lot of noise. I see they couldn't help themselves keeping a pitch invader off the City Ground turf again. They seem to make a knack of doing that, but it just wasn't the result we were expecting. Like it kind of came across bittersweet. So it felt like we were aiming for the top prize, but we got the second or third prize on the day. So as you said, as Lee said earlier, when the dust settles and 24 hours later, I am feeling a bit more kind of content about it, considering when you look back on the season and look what we've achieved up till now. We've outdone ourselves. We've gone beyond any of our expectations. This time a year ago, we still weren't safe in the Premier League with Luton breathing down our necks. So it's a fantastic season we've had. And can we be choosy or picky based on our expectations? I don't think so. I think when you look back at this season, there's going to be way more pros than cons.
Definitely.
It was a bit strange, wasn't it? That when we got that second goal, for the first 10 minutes of the second half, we absolutely battered them, didn't we? We were playing at a high tempo, and they couldn't cope with us at all. But as soon as we got that second goal, it's almost like I wouldn't say we went negative or anything like that, but it's almost like we didn't know what to do then. Should we go and push for a third? Should we try and keep it tight? We sort of got caught in the middle of what to do next, and obviously got caught out. And I would have liked to have seen us just carry on pushing for more, because I think that was the best way of playing. The attack was definitely the best form of defence, but we just seemed to get caught into a little bit of a malaise really after we got that second goal.
That's when you notice the fatigue more, don't it? Because we all
that
third goal, but it's like
nerves, I suppose, wasn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And there was that reserve tank of energy to then try and push for that third. As much as they were trying, it wasn't like how it was like the first half of the season, mid-season.
I think that is when you want a true leader in there to grab it, talk to every single one of them, shout every single one, get it calm, sort it out. I still don't think we've actually got that personal.
Milenkovic.
You know what I mean? It's just somebody who can calm people down and let's go again. Just go to whatever you need to your 4-4. Just sit behind and then just hit them on the break again. Because rapid their 2 fullbacks were on cards, weren't they? They both had to go off at one point. We just didn't penetrate like we should. But as you rightly say, we were playing some cracking football at that time, because we've seen not dire, that's not the right word. Our football hasn't been up to, what we used to have. I know it's only against Leicester, but actually 2-1, there was only one team going to get another goal, wasn't it? That's the way it looked to me, And I just think, we're sitting there and I know people have sort of slagged Sangari off and stuff like that. But, and I know it was Leicester and it wasn't, you told it. I say he is what I'd say was a true number 6 sitting in front. And like Murillo, nobody tackles Sangari because he will do the simple thing when needs to. He can ping a ball around, But if we had another Singari coming in, or someone who was equally not fatigued of a quality would have made a lot of difference. But we didn't have them. We were bringing on people, who probably had played as much football. They were tired as well. We just didn't have that. I don't know, that little bit of spark. Squad's not big enough. It's not right because we've got.
Yeah, but you know, it's Kev. I think.
What do you want? Do you want a big squad? It's difficult, isn't it? We can't moan about it because it's got us to where we are, I guess.
Exactly. Before we do that, I've got a super chat from Warren. Thank you for the £2, Warren. The Greek father went on the pitch with Nuno. We'll talk about that, Kev, Warren. We'll talk about it, man. It is a big topic that's been around social media, but it is a massive topic that we are going to speak about. So, but thank you very much, Warren, for the £2. People, if you do want the super chats and get your questions in, please. It helps the channel a lot. Because like I go in Europe, people. Everyone's going to Europe. So literally, I'm going on tour. So people.
DoreOntour.
Yeah, I'm going on tour, but thank you for the £2 one. Like I said, it helps the channel a lot because I'm going on tour. So I'm buzzing for it. As well, good morning, Anthony, all the way from Australia. So how you doing, Anthony? I hope you're well, my friend. Martin, good evening. Like what strains of different emotions it is. That's what we're talking about, Martin. It's different. Like we're drawn, we're in Europe, but it's Leicester, isn't it? It's Leicester. We should beat them kind of teams. But end of the day, we're there. We're absolutely there. So it is what it is. Lee, like I said, are you disappointed with 2-2? Do you think Forest should have, like I said, I think Kev mentioned it. We should have. I was a little bit disappointed with it. Like,
yeah, I was. Because to be fair, at no stage during the game, even when we went 1-0 down, I never really panicked. I never thought we might lose this or anything. You know what I mean? We were playing well enough even when we went behind. I always felt we could get back into the game. It wasn't really a surprise when we went 2-1 up, and having gone 2-1 up, I did sort of think, right, the only thing that's going to happen now is we'll go and add to this. I couldn't see a scenario where they equalise. And the goal kind of came out of nothing, didn't it? But then after that, they had a couple of chances. They could have gone and won it. So yeah, it was. I mean, you can't. I mean, I consider myself quite a positive fan. I don't tend to throw toys at the pram, but you can't pretend that you're not disappointed.
Don't do it, Lee. We'll get in trouble for it. Don't do it.
That's it.
We're gonna be angry.
But you can't. But I mean, you can't. Having said that, you can't. I can't pretend that I'm not disappointed or whatever with what's happened. But I understand the situation in the sense that you just know that these guys are just knackered. They're shattered. I mean, I know you read that interview today on The Athletic. And I think Nuno even mentioned it, didn't he? That it's the first time I've heard him mention it, where he said they've got nothing left, they're shattered, they're wounded, something like that. I can't remember the exact words, but it is what it is. It's mentally draining as well as physically as well. It's been a lot of mental pressure on the players, and it's a relatively young squad that's not got a lot of experience of being in this position, and it's unfortunately took its toll.
Aaron, like I said, 2-2 against Leicester. Like I said, I feel like it was when they got their second goal, I thought they was going to get the third goal with Vardy. I was praying to God Vardy wasn't going to do it, because shout out to Jack. I seen Jack before the game. He was praying to God that Vardy scored. But do you feel this is a missed chance of Forest getting 3 points, Aaron? Because we've got West Ham, we've got Chelsea. It's out of our hands now to get Champions League. But what was your verdict on yesterday's game?
No, definitely. It's 2 points dropped, and we earmarked this as a must-win game. And you'd expect us to beat Leicester, who were already relegated at home. And it was disappointing because we knew what was at stake. Had we won the game, we go fifth in the Champions League places. It's qualifications in our own hands, depending on results we get against West Ham and Chelsea at home. And like the other last 3 home games, the results have been in our hands, but we've only collected 1 from 9. And what was disappointing about the Leicester game was, even though we went behind, Wood missed about 3 chances before Leicester scored. And I just felt if we got in front, it would just lift the crowd, lift the players. But we clawed our way back quite soon after conceding, and then we got in front. And I think what was disappointing about what we got when we went in front is, and this is probably something that's affected us in the last number of games, is I've just noticed, is it me or is Nuno reluctant to make changes or use his bench?
That's what I want to talk about as well. You know what? Let me bring it up. People in the chat as well, because and listen to you, Aaron, as well. I feel he got a substitution. Last season, his substitutions was wrong. I feel like he's getting into his bad habits again of bringing. I love Yates, but I just don't feel Yates should have came on yesterday.
Well, do you remember earlier in the season there was a stat, wasn't there, that Nuno had used most of his subs more than he was making the full maximum 5 subs every game, and there was a period around about Christmas, early New Year, where he was like he was the one manager that took the most advantage of using all 5 subs. But even that seems to have tailed off, doesn't it? A lot of the time recently, where he's barely making 3 or 4, and if he does use them all up, they're really late on in games now. So I do agree with you there.
Yeah,
I often feel when the subs come on, we lose a bit of shape, structure.
Yeah,
possibly.
Well, I don't know what we were playing yesterday when. Obviously, it must have been 2 up front, wasn't it? When Taiwo came on. So, and that's a sort of a formation, isn't it? That it's never looked like working this season, has it? Whenever Taiwo and Woody have played together, it's always looked a bit awkward.
Yeah,
but he went for it again. So
Leicester looked better when they made their subs. Like the goal scorer came on and made a big impact in midfield. The 15-year-old kid came on, 2-3 others.
What a beast he is as well for 15. I can't believe he's 15. I mean,
yeah, he didn't have the sponsor on the jerseys too.
Yeah, they're not allowed. They're not allowed.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Monga is his name, 93, but not years old, his squad number. Mars, I think, beats that, 101.
Charles, I think Charles was next.
Oh, yeah, no, I was just going to say, I feel like sometimes when Nuno does make substitutions, I feel like he just presses that panic button. It just feels like then the shape just gets, the players get disrupted, the shape just gets lost. And I just feel like no one really knows. I think the first half, everyone kind of knew their place. I think that whole disruption, no one knew where to go. I don't like playing 2 up front. I don't think it suits either Awoni or Wood, to be fair. And I just don't think no one looked as comfortable or as polished as what they did before the substitutions.
There could have been a scope, couldn't there, as well, to play, to sort of bring Bolly on or someone. And it wouldn't necessarily go negative, but you could have, with having the 3 at the back, then you can push Aina and Williams forward, so you've got that width, because that's something that we've really missed over these last couple of games. Is that lack of width since Hudson-Odoi's been injured, and so there was other sort of tactical tweaks that he could have done, perhaps, that which probably would have worked better than going for the 2 up top. I feel, but hindsight's a wonderful thing, isn't it?
Yeah, one thing I think they have missed. What's happened to that Chris Parson we used to do, one touch move? I know we say they're all knackered, but we used to watch that. It was lovely, wasn't it? And this is certainly not a criticism, but they were all so confident on the ball. Everyone was running for each other, just nice little triangles and whatever. Why, to me, Elanga in front of Aina was always a great, but he was over the left a lot, wasn't he? Why was he? Do you know what I mean? Even go back to the last 2-3 seasons ago, Jed Spence going hammering down. We used to crucify him when you had 2, and it wasn't happening, was it? So there's all those little things. There's reasons why, and it's not a criticism. As we say, these are just things that I see have been slightly different, and things that were very, very prominent in the early on in the season, but they haven't been there. Now it's just the way I look at it, and it's not a criticism, because we're. It's
okay. No, Kev, it's okay to criticise them. Don't worry about it.
No, I don't. Honestly,
it's okay. If you want to criticise them, listen. I'm not telling you what to say. I get accused of telling people what to say. Don't do it.
But this is it, right? So on Sunday, I went on a bike ride. I'll tell you this now. I turned off before the end of the game. There was about 5 minutes left. I thought, Jesus, I'm just gonna go out and hope. Still on. I hope we're going to get a goal. So I goes into the garage to clean my bike. The door opened and I thought, this is it. We scored. And my wife came out and said, "Oh, you're in here, are you?"
What's dog name?
Oh.
What's dog name? What's Log's name?
No, it's clean me bite.
He was
Mum.
Yeah, me mum.
Shout out to the boss lady. Shout out to the boss lady.
Yeah, the boss lady. You're so
Boss
right.
lady, that's it. She's a boss.
You know,
Yeah.
so I didn't
Don't
see
mess
the
with her.
interview
I met her at Ipswich people. She's actually a legend, man. So people show some love to. So saying Kev's the boss lady. People, please do hit the like button. Subscribe if you know. There's one player that we got to talk about because Molo said it. No, where's the comment? There it is. Molo was superb. Dominguez was superb man of the match, but it was definitely out of gas. This guy, right? When we play the 4-2-3-1 and he plays out a wing, again, I say, oh, my days, why are we playing out a wing? But he was man of the match for me yesterday. I've got to say, people, who's your man of the match yesterday? Because I thought he was fantastic. And playing out position as well. And we've started with you, Aaron. Like he's playing good at position in there, but he doesn't get the credit that he should get. And I don't think he should have gone off. That's why where Nuno got it wrong. So tell me about Dominguez, Aaron, man.
Dominguez is he's very much goes under the radar. Like he covers a lot of ground, and you could see it yesterday. He was running his socks off, and as you say, out of gas. But he was everywhere yesterday. And if we had 10 more players like him on the pitch, we wouldn't have drawn. Like just committed, and But I suppose a lot of fans or persons would see him on the team sheet and then ask why isn't Yates start, and that would be a lot of people's first reactions. But Dominguez has been brilliant since we got him in a swap deal for Freuer, who went the other way. But he's actually been a gem of a player. And
I like Remy Freuler. I've always liked him. So please be nice to him. I like him.
He's done okay, but just he wasn't maybe as well with us. But
what do you mean? I thought no. You know what?
He was a good, solid player, wasn't he? He was good, solid experience.
He was a good, solid player.
Needed it.
You got Steve Cooper. I just don't think Cooper played in the right position. If I'm honest.
Yeah, he did look a bit out of, maybe it wasn't been utilised correctly, but every time he went away with Switzerland or he went to other teams or clubs, Bologna, he's been very good. So maybe we didn't
Bologna, yeah.
But Dominguez been excellent.
What about you, Lee? Like I said, Dominguez for me, again, I like him as number 8 role. But
he's definitely better in the central areas because he works tirelessly, doesn't he? He rats away and winning tackles and just forcing errors like he did in the FA Cup. In the semi, he keeps the opposition defenders on their toes the whole time. But he was superb yesterday. It was a weird one because again I was talking to me little lad during the game, and he said, "Who do you think's been man of the match today?" And I think we were still 2-1 up then. I said, "There's been quite a few." Yeah, there was. Nico's always really good. I thought Gibbs White looked back to it, not far off his best yesterday with the goal and assist, and looked really busy. Anderson was good again. Sangare, I liked it. There was a lot of really good positive performances until that last 10 minutes and then everything seemed to come caving in. But but no, Dominguez was definitely out of the match, and you could tell from the reaction that he got when he went off. He was definitely out of the match. He got a massive reception, didn't he, when he went off?
I'm just going to go. I was going for the comments. And this is from Michael. I'm not buying into the boys shattered lines. Look at Villa. They played 2 more games than we have since March. Lost to away for Champions League, but they keep pushing. They look shattered. Michael,
they've got a bigger squad, though, haven't they?
Let me respond to this, Michael. They bought. I think where's that comment?
Malo.
Where's that comment? Is it from Malo? I think it was
bigger squad than us.
Yeah, they bought Rashford. Here it is. Imagine we sign Rashford, Malo, and Sergio in January. I think that's the argument, Michael. Like I said, they bought players and we didn't. I think that's
Wayne Hennessy in.
And you've got to put in context. Like even Wolves fans experienced this when Nuno was there. He likes a small squad. He likes, and if we brought in 1 or 2 players, it might have been a massive help. But and as well, if we kept Ward-Prowse as well, I think that would have been a massive help. If I'm honest, but
I guess there was reasons why, weren't there? But we don't know FFP. We don't know. I'd rather have nobody than the wrong person, I guess. You know, if you get somebody who's going to drain you as a club and not add too much and all of that, I guess that's
Carey did wait.
Yeah, I'd rather wait for the right person to come in. You know, to be fair, personally, just me.
Right, people, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Right, let's get to the talking point about the big man, Mr. Marinakis. If you don't know what's been happening, you've been living under a rock, man, because he's been criticised from the mainstream media. I think it's been they've been waiting for it.
Over the top reaction.
Over the top. So people in the chat, what's your thoughts on it? I'll get through the panel on it. If he was right, was he wrong? I get my opinion on it right now before we get the panel in. Who cares? Who cares? But at the same time, I do understand he could have done it away from the cameras, because this is what happens when the cameras beam on him and he does something. But when Forest win and he's giving the players hugs and everything, Sky Sports don't mention that, do they? And that's what it is. Is because
he's there every time. He's there every game, isn't he?
Every time. So Gary Neville, like I said, Gary Neville said something nasty about him. But Nuno said something funny. Let me just see this. Nuno when asked about Neville's comments, Nuno said, "I'm not going into the comment too much. I have huge respect for Gary Neville. He's a coach who replaced me when I was set up Valencia, so he coached himself." So if people understand what he meant, Gary Neville was at Valencia. He lasted, how many games did he last at Valencia? Was it
16 games or something like that?
16 games. And how did Gary Neville do there?
15
So
too
Gary
many.
Neville, he's always gonna say something about the big man. But
it was a classy mastery bit of S-housery, wasn't it, by Nuno there, if that's what he meant.
Exactly. No, I think he meant sarcastically. But personally, I don't care. He's on the pitch, but my opinion on it, when he's giving hugs and to everyone, the media don't say anything about that. So I think the only one was not Sky Sports. What's the other one? TNT. I've done it, seen the hugging, but Gary Neville doesn't see that. So Gary Neville, up yours. So leave Mr. Marinakis alone. But let me go through the panel. Let me ask you, Charles, first. What do you think the whole thing? And panel as well, and the chat. What do you think about it? Agree with it? Disagree with it? Get involved. But let me ask you, Chelsea. What do you think?
The thing is, the media blows everything way out of proportion anyway, especially for Forest, let's be honest. But I think, he could have done it afterwards behind closed doors. Yeah, he could have done. But at least it just shows how much he cares. At least he was on the pitch. And, even Nuno afterwards, he put a statement out about Marinakis as well, didn't he? About how, the club owes a lot to him and everything. And the media likes to blow it and make it very negative, especially like in the position that we are. But I would way rather have an owner who cares that much and is willing to do that than one who doesn't care at all, without a doubt.
What about you?
And like you said, Ben, who cares? Who cares? Who cares?
Right, to that point as well, you see about the Man U owners, Liverpool owners, all the rest of the owners. You don't see them. Look at what's happening with them. They don't even go to games. And Marinakis, yes, Olympiacos is his baby, but he goes to every Forest game, home and away. So you've got to give the big man credit, and for him feeling that passion, and with Gary Neville opening his mouth before knowing what the thing was. That's how it is, man. But I generally don't care. Like he came out, camera's going to watch him, and he knows that. So, what about you, Lee? What do you think of it?
No, yeah, I mean it's just been blown out of proportion. I mean it is ironic, isn't it, though, when Gary Neville has a pop at Marinakis, because how many times over the years has Gary Neville ripped into the Glazers at United? They haven't done this, they haven't done that. Stadium's fallen apart. He would love an owner like Marinakis at Manchester United, an owner that's passionate about the club, that's doing everything, not just in terms of buying players, but everything off the pitch to help the club. You get so many owners that come over, and it's just a business for them. It's a way of sort of pushing, marketing You look at Chelsea. This Marinakis isn't. That's not what it's about for him. It's pure passion.
Yeah.
You're never going to take that passion away from him. He's a passionate man. He's an emotional man. Everybody's different, and the outbursts, some of the things that you've read and heard for the last 24 hours, you'd think he'd come onto the pitch and punch someone. He's come on and he's had a passionate word with his manager. You see a manager and his coach arguing over decisions sometimes, a refereeing decision or something. We saw Arne Slot come onto the pitch at Goodison Park having a go at the referee, and he got himself sent off. It's a passionate sport. He's not physically attacked someone. And to be branding it scandalous and disgraceful, and Nuno should be organising his departure from the club. It's like you just think, come on, can you be any more melodramatic? It's just
such an overreaction.
I was more embarrassed, and I know fans can do whatever they like and they pay the money, blah blah blah. But I was more embarrassed by the boos than I was about Marinakis coming on the pitch. But I suppose everybody's talking about Marinakis, aren't they? It's shifted the spotlight onto something else.
I was reading this from Michael. I live in USA, Jimmy. An exhorted going everyone to be here. Keep them over there, please. If you want to keep them over there, please do, man. We've got a Leicester fan here. Hey, how you doing, Dawn? I'm a Leicester fan. How you doing? Right, let me really address this one. I was in the car park after the game, and Leicester fans, they're going to be rowdy and just saying blah blah blah. Leicester fans, I took it as a compliment. This shout to DoreOntour is a W word. I'm singing it, so I didn't hate him till then. So Leicester, Renee, I like you for watching this, but the rest of them can jog on. Shout out to Jack and the rest of them, but it wasn't pleasant what they said, but shout out to Leicester fans. Enjoy Championship. We're and all that, but shout out to Renee. Hit the like button, Renee, as well for me, okay? What's your thoughts on it, Aaron, about Marinakis? Do you think it's over the top or that?
Yeah, absolutely over the top. Media looking for a story where there isn't one. They're looking
clout. That's what it is. Clout. Guy never looking for clout. That's what it is.
Pretty much just digging for a negative news story. They want a reaction. They want to say, somebody lashing out or afters. That's what they're looking for. And anything that portrays or frames it in a light like that, they're going to try and sell it to be something it's not. And, they came out, Marinakis and Nuno came out straight away after immediately and said it wasn't that, played it down because they're just trying to sensationalize something that's not there. And of course, it's just after the game. We were all frustrated. It took me a little bit of time after the game to kind of let the dust settle. And you can imagine Marinakis after games. I mean, he's passionate and, how he sometimes go about his business, but everybody's different. Like, as you say, he's not committed any crimes. He's just come on, like players have a chat or a hug. Some players have heated arguments, but, it's all passionate about the game. They go off, they leave it there. But, media, unfortunately, with cameras everywhere, are looking to find negativity where there isn't any, or stories when there isn't, because they need to have talking points. They need to have something to put a cloud over a great achievement or dampen a day or something to talk about later. So, I think they've overblown it out of proportion. It's completely out of context. There's nothing there.
100%. Like I said, it's his club, it's his pitch. He owns the lot. He can do what he wants, but like I said, like Aaron said, it's cameras, isn't it? Look for something for Mr. Marinakis. Like he does it in Greece. And he's a nutcase in Greece, like all the Olympiacos fans say. But he's doing it here. He had a little chat with Nuno. But they're always gonna find something to get me Marinakis. But listen, he's done fantastic for Forest. Who cares? I genuinely don't care. We got European. If it wasn't for Mr. Marinakis, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah. His passion got us to here, didn't it?
Exactly.
Carry on. How many times has he fought our corner? The Everton penalties? Come on, just go for it. Do you remember? We should have got the 3 penalties. He just said what he thinks.
Exactly. It's like, just remember Fawaz. Come on, we had him. We had Fawaz as a Forest donor.
At least he brought Billy back.
Huh?
At least he brought Billy back.
But let's
go. Bring back Lee.
Bring back Lee. Lee, that's your first warning, Lee. Next one, you're going to sin bin.
I'm just trying to lighten the mood, you know.
Lee's got. He still loves Billy Davis. He wants him to come for a third time return. So,
no, definitely not.
Any Billy Davis fans they are.
I know me limits.
Here's your number one. Here's your number one. People, please do hit the like button and subscribe if you know. Let's talk about a few players, man. Let's talk about Chris Wood. Got 20 goals for Forest now. First time since Brian Roy or whoever it was.
Stan Collymore, was it?
Stan Collymore as well.
Got 22 goals, yeah.
Yeah, but let's talk about it, man, because I keep saying on the show, when we signed him, I thought, oh, here we go. But now he's 20 goals, Premier League goals. People in the chat as well, man. How's everyone feeling about Chris Wood, 20 goals? Talk to us, Aaron, about him, man.
Oh, he's been a revelation. Like when we signed him, it was literally to keep us up in the Premier League. And, you know, we all knew he could chip in a few goals. He'd been doing it for like Leeds, for Newcastle when they signed him. And we were expecting maybe at most a higher single digit or 10 goals a season max. But this season, he's just completely outdone himself. And, you know, he's always in the right place at the right time. You know, nobody thinks he's going to do much until he gets the ball or until he gets in the position. And, you know, he's been brilliant for us. He's probably been the most clinical striker in the Premier League, like for the chances he gets. And I think we've actually, the money we spent for him is well paid off at this stage. And, you know, his goals are the reason we are doing so well. And he's been excellent. I'd say you have to give him our player of the year just for the fact that who was expecting 20 goals out of Chris Wood this season? Not very many. So he's been brilliant for us for what we got him for and what we'd have to pay to get someone who could do that. He's been a real bargain and a real credit to us this season.
Let's talk about another player, man, because Mo Gibbs-White, and people have been criticising him a lot recently. I know he's the best player. He's always going to be the man that's going to be criticised because he gets criticised for not shooting. He can't shoot and this and this. Took his goal well. He made a fantastic assist. Kev, talk about Mo Gibbs-White, like all the speculation about him going Man City. But yesterday, he got his goal, took out a great assist. Talk about him, Kev.
Yeah, well, yeah. Again, I think he's like most of them, just suffering a little bit with fatigue. You can't, but obviously, you know, when he gets the ball at his feet, sometimes. I mean, what a cross that was for Wood. You know, I mean, there was nothing going on there, was there? Really, just came from nowhere. Just pinged it across, knew where Wood was on his head. Thank you very much. And even if you look at the goal, the header just lost his markers. I think there's 3 Leicester fans. Just standing by himself, he just nipped in front of it, headed it down, which is obviously textbook stuff, isn't it? And away you go. Yeah, simple as that. Would I let him go? Anyway, well, I don't know, is it? If it was one subject, there was one of your comments. If you could put that to use, would you go? Would you go for McAtee? Would that help? I'd rather keep him.
People in the chat, would you sell Mo Gibbs-White? Yes or no? I wouldn't.
No,
I wouldn't. No. But if we got between, and this is me, my opinion, not the panel or no one else. If it was me, money talks between 60 and 80, and then we can get someone better because we know Mr. Marinakis and his team will get someone better than him if we are, because we have got European football. So that's me. So let me ask you, Lee, would you get rid of him? Yes or no?
I wouldn't want to. No, I wouldn't want to lose any of this team. I'd want to add to it rather than lose anyone. But I think the reality is missing out on Champions League football. Probably, I think we'll lose Gibbs-White and Murillo. I think we'll lose two big names this summer. I don't want to. And if we got in the Champions League, maybe we could have kept one or both of them. But no, I wouldn't want to. But if he goes, I mean, he's got what's his contract? He's still got a few years left, does he? Or
18 months. I'm sure you got 18 months.
Yeah, so we could, he can afford to leave on our terms, can't he? If City really want it, they're going to go all out on him. Let's try and get someone like a McAtee into the mix, because you look at Elliot Anderson at Newcastle. Is McAtee not in a similar position now to what Anderson was 12 months ago? I would say so. He just needs that game time, doesn't he? And if he could get that with us, and we end up with another player next season who's similar to Anderson, what Anderson's been like this season, then we can come out of it in quite a nice position.
About McAtee, yes, he played for Man City, but people in the chat, what do you think? I don't know. What
I thought he looked good for Sheffield United though last season as well.
That's Sheffield United. This is
England under 21s look good. He looks good. Yeah, really does. And I'll tell you what, I'd rather keep Murillo if I had a choice. Look at Saturday. Look at Saturday, for instance. Yeah, Sunday rather. Did we look a little bit shaky? Goal number 1. Ooh, goal number 2.
I've lost a bit of confidence in Morata. I have personally since last couple of months.
Ben, that's a totally different subject, isn't it?
Right. Let me get into the Morata situation, because let's keep it real, right? We've had 2 centre backs in Murillo and Milenkovic, 2 fantastic centre backs. If Morata was fantastic player like Milenkovic, do you think he'd be on the bench? We can't have 3 fantastic centre backs playing. If we did, then like Nuno played at the same formation at Wolves, we played 3 at the back.
It's as good as what we can get, I suppose. Really,
did people criticise Morata when he played against Brentford? Did people criticise Morata when he played against Everton? No. No one criticised him.
Was he playing in the back 3 then?
He played in the back 3 against Brentford.
Yeah.
But at Everton, it was him and Milenkovic, because Murillo went off at the start of the game and swapped for Morata. Yeah. So that's and who else was it? He played in the back 3 and we won.
I was thinking more recently with Morata, because the first half of the season he used to come on. We never used to concede a goal, did we?
No, I know.
I'm not into this. I don't think he's crap.
Oh no, I didn't say he's crap, but I'm just saying I don't think he's as solid as what I perhaps thought he was in the first half of the season.
We're talking 60, 70 million players here, aren't we? Murillo and Gibbs White. We're talking the cream of what we've got.
Yeah.
And losing them, that's what we're talking of. And it's just like who would you we're talking about as a replacement for Gibbs, like McAtee. And you've got to think if Murillo did go, who would you'd need another. I mean, it's critical, isn't it? Defensive, you need.
You know what it is? I was here. You're on social media, and especially X and Instagram and Facebook or whatever it is. But people, because Morata was there, and he was getting loads of stick. I'm making. Give the guy a chance, man. He's not a starter. He's a third choice centre back, and I hear Bolly should have started in front of Morata. No,
I don't. No.
I don't know. That's my opinion, people, as well. If you disagree, agree, get in the comments now, because
you want to hear an unpopular opinion from me?
If it's really,
it's related to what we're talking about now, so I'm not going to go off on a tangent. Last 2 games, if Murillo can't play, and he was hobbling around pretty badly, wasn't he, yesterday? I would play Zach Abbott over Morata for the last 2 games to give him experience. Especially.
I'll stick Morata.
What about say the Palace City game, City win that? We know then, don't we, that the minimum is Europa League, it's not going to be conference. Would you not be tempted to play Abbott then, potentially, or do you think we've still got to keep going for the Champions League as long as that chance is there? We'll know, won't we, by Sunday?
If we are guaranteed, because is it Palace play Man City in the FA Cup final
on Saturday? Yeah.
Saturday. If Man City win, I want Palace to win, but I want Forest to come first. If we guaranteed Europa football, maybe bring him in. But Morata's the third choice centre back for me, regardless.
I suppose that's just me thinking with an eye on next season. If we need all these extra players and stuff, it would be good to give him some experience now, wouldn't it? While there's kind of not that much on the at stake.
What's panel think? Do you agree or disagree? What's everyone saying?
So sorry, Ben. I was going to say we have David Carmo to come back off loan from Olympiacos. He's been apparently really good there. He's centre half playing for Olympiacos.
Yeah, he's a left centre back as well.
But Tyler Bindon as well.
He's a left centre back as well. I mean, he's a good prospect as well. But
highly rated. Yeah,
Tyler Bindon as well, isn't it? We've got Tyler Bindon.
Yeah, that's what we said. Tyler Bindon. Yeah. Do you think he's ready to jump from League One to Premier League? Because it's a massive step.
Yeah, it is. And he's still young as well, isn't he?
He's young as well. It's back to this Marat thing. I still feel he's a third choice centre back. He's ahead of Bolly. He's ahead of Abbott. I just don't know. I don't know. People in the chat, what do you think? Do you agree?
I just think Abbott looked so good in that game against Man City, playing out of position as well. I kind of feel like he, if he can look that comfortable or that decent on that stage against a team like Man City, why not give him a go against West Ham? You could play him alongside Milenkovic, so he's got that experienced person. Or you could even play him as part of a three, so he could play Moretto, Milenkovic, and Abbott. So he's got those experienced heads around him. And then you bring the wing backs into play. Then if Hudson-Odoi's missing.
Yeah, 100%. I'm sorry. I'm just going to go through the comments. The comments are flying in while we are talking, man. No, Lee, we need European football. That's told you straight, Lee. That's from Gary.
That's what I'm saying. We'll know that, won't we, by then? Because the FA Cup final would have been played.
Yeah, this from Simon. You want the best players possible. You want the best players possible for your team. So no, I wouldn't want to sell. But say you get 100 million for him, we weren't able to. Yeah, I think that's about Mug is right. Yes, 100 million sending to Man City at all, but it's a massive topic, and I still feel I've not said it on the air. I think for Bits and Romero it's absolutely W, because he gets paid for these to put people to unsettle people, because he's done it to Spurs, not Spurs, Crystal Palace as well. He's done it with Eze and Warburton as well. So ready to unsettle our players for that, but I don't know. That's how I feel about him. Right, people, please.
If they want to go, Ben, they're not going to be happy here. Yeah.
Well, no.
If they don't want to be part of it, the project.
So what people right? Man of the match. We'll talk about man of the match, and we'll talk about the Euro. Everyone's opinion about Europa, Champions League, and blah blah blah. So people in the chat, who's your man of the match yesterday? I'll start with mine. Dominguez, none was me, man of the match, and I'll say 7 out of 10. Lee, who's your man of the match? People in the chat, get involved.
Dominguez, yeah.
Dominguez. Aaron?
And Dominguez as well, yeah.
Charles, Kev?
Dominguez. 100%.
Full house. Dominguez, you are man of the match. Absolutely legend, man.
Ben, you know I like Dominguez. You know I like Dominguez.
You like Dominguez.
I like Dominguez. I thought Sangari played well as well.
You know what, right? Let's talk about Sangari. I go up because first off, he upset me. He kept saying, Ben, shut up about Sangari. But I'm really critical with Sangari. Because I don't know if no one's seen it. I don't know if you've seen it, Lee, or anyone who was there. He was going forward, he had the ball, and he passed it back when he had a massive gap in front of him. Did you see it, Lee? First off, it was right at the end, in the 40th minute, I think it was. Someone passed it in, and he passed it back. I've never shouted so loud.
He might be just playing safe, and he's still trying to. Yeah, he's still got that confidence.
He's got a massive gap. Right, I'm not criticizing him. I thought he was really good. He's still got to play 90 minutes though. He needs to play 90 minutes. That's not,
I wouldn't have took him off.
Did he get booked?
Do you know what, Ben? When, like I said to you last time at Dominguez, I watch him because I think he's good, and a lot of people didn't. He does the horrible, dirty stuff well, yes. And he doesn't get praise for it. Has he been sent off? No. Does he get his foot in every? Yes, he does. Do you know what I mean? He treads a very fine line, but
he's number 8. He's a number 8.
He is. But Sangari, I always say, no one challenges Murillo, do they? Nobody does, because they know he'll do something with it. Sangari, exactly the same. I was certainly tell you watch him. He gets the ball, no one goes near him. He turns to have that little ball over the top to Alanga. Yeah, no one saw that in, not even Alanga. But the more he gets into the team, you saw that ball at the far post that he just couldn't get back. And the commentators were going, should have headed that. Weren't expecting, but what a ball. He's calm, composed. And boy, did we need that. What minute did he go off yesterday?
Oh, God, was that?
Yeah. Anyway, we lost a little bit of composure. He's a great player.
We did. When Dominguez went off, we lost a little that edge on it. Yeah. So I was a bit cheesed off, and I'm not gonna lie, I was a bit cheesed off Sangare going off as well.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, but listen, these players need a rest, and they are shattered. So everyone says Dominguez, who's man of the match for me as well. I've seen a few as well. What SB says. Nico Williams, he's been fantastic.
He's never let you down, does he?
Yeah. Never let you down. Dominguez and Sangare. Dominguez, come on, Google say. Says Sangare for me. Jen says 3 out of 10 for the game. I don't know if you know, he hates Leicester. He hates Leicester.
Yeah, he's annoyed at you, Ben, for not getting him on the podcast.
What?
Molo.
I know. I spoke to him, Molo. I do apologize. I know you will be upset because he hates. No. I said to him, come on the show for the preview show, and he was busy. So Molo,
we've got the international Forest fans on tonight, haven't we?
Huh?
We've got the international Forest fans on.
We've got international Forest lot. Ipswich, Liverpool from the. Sorry, Lee. I've got to speak up funny.
I'm closer to Chester than Liverpool.
All right then, Chester.
Chester.
Right. So, people, as you know, we are European football. Let me. Where is it? There's a poll up there, people. 53 has voted for it. So 13% says Champions League. Think we'll get Champions League. 68 says Europa, and 19% says Conference League. I'm going to go through the panel. So what do you think we'll get? Let me ask you, Aaron, what do you prefer? What do you think we'll get?
I prefer Champions League because it's more money to us and it's 8 games guaranteed. And realistically, if we don't finish above in the top 24, we get eliminated, and we've earned enough money to cover ourselves for at least a season or two. I think we're going to get Europa League. That's provided we get at least a result or two in our last 2 games. My concern with the Europa League, though, is we might just think we've a chance of winning it and to go on a cup run, and that brings up other ramifications. So that's the other reason I thought the Champions League, we might be a bit out of our depth, but at least we know that after 8 games, we're probably not going to go win it in the end. But the Europa League, I mean, you only have to see United and Spurs to know we have a chance.
Right, because you're talking about Europa, right? Because the problem is, like I said, Champions League football is amazing, but I've got this is the possible teams in Europa. So here's the Europa list. So we're in pot. Where are we?
We're in pot 3.
We're in pot 3. Where are we?
We're down at the bottom. We're down at the bottom.
We're right at the bottom. So you can't see me. We're in pot 3. So yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it now. We're below
that's the possible teams that we could play. Look at Dortmund, Rome, AC Milan, Rangers away, Betis. These are teams that we could play in the Europa.
And Juventus could be in that as well. They're only a point.
As well. So, like I said, there's some big teams out there in there, like even Villa. Imagine away at PAOK in Greece. We have the Olympiacos lot with us. So that'd be.
Hey Ben, imagine being away in Israel, Maccabi Tel Aviv. What a trip that would be.
I'll be going. Listen to me. I'm gone. I'm going to Israel. I don't mind where I'm going.
I said to Gary Marriott today, I can't wait to see you 3 having a selfie in Azerbaijan or somewhere.
Listen to me. I don't care. I'm gone. I'm safety, all the safety procedures and all that. So I'm taking my tin hat and all that. But people in the chat, man, what do you prefer, man? I'm going anyway. If it could be Afghanistan away, Israel. Hope the Israel Prime Minister look after me and all that. So,
I mean, the likes of Sparta Prague are on that list as well. Because again, Sparta Prague or Slavia Prague, they're not a mega team, are they? When you think of them, but nobody points in. the point is, what a great city and a great place to go and visit. You know what I mean? It's not just the clubs. It's some of these places as well are just fantastic cities to go and visit for a few days. So, for the people that travel, it's going to be such an amazing experience. Well, when the next season starts, there'll be any disappointment that fans might have lingering now. Trust me, it will be long gone by the time next season starts.
Gary, why are you not on the selfie with me wherever in Afghanistan? Imagine. Gary could be my bodyguard, security guard in Afghanistan or
Gary can have his picture in there with his pint of beer that he likes to have.
Ben Dore, I'm going to ask you, Aaron, what do you prefer? Like, what do you think we'll do? Champions League, Europa or Europa Conference?
I think we'll get Europa League. I do feel the other teams around us have more kinder fixtures. Chelsea, United, Villa have the 2 Europa League finalists, and I think pretty much City, they had a stumble, but they're going to recover and get the Champions League. So I think Europa League, like you and everyone else, I don't mind who we get in Europe. I would have preferred if we got to Champions League, but I will take Europe, whether it's Conference, Europa, or Champions League. I'm happy.
That's the spirit. Like I said, if we do get Champions League, it'll be amazing, absolutely amazing. But going Europa and going to all these nice countries, like even like Israel. I've never been to Israel before, but I'd love to go there. And I couldn't go. Could I go to Poland? If I say I go to Poland, Craig Price will just give me sticks. I think go to a stag do. So I said I was scared to go to Poland because I'm not going to say how I feel about Poland. All the Poland Forest fans out there, I'd love to see you there. But that'd be crazy going to all these places. But I want Champions League. But if we don't get Europa, if we don't get Champions League, I'm not going to cry about it. So yeah. What about you? Have I told you, Charles? What do you prefer?
Champions League would be great, wouldn't it? Let's be honest.
It'd be amazing, wouldn't it?
But with Aaron, Europa League, got to be happy with that. I mean, look at where we are. So just take what we get this season. It's bloody brilliant.
What country will let Dore in? All the countries will let me in. They'll let me in. I hope they bloody do. But yeah, I'm like Aaron. I don't mind. I don't care. Champions League, Europa. I don't mind. I'm gone. So, but yeah. We're ending a positive note. Let's talk about. Let's go back to Mr. Marinakis, man, because, like I said, for what he's done for the club, it's been 30 years since we last got to Euro football. But I don't know if everyone can remember when we got promoted from the playoff final. He was at Market Square, and he says he wants the best for Forest. Not ask you, Aaron. Like I said, he's kept to his word. Anything positive about Mr. Marinakis? And there's one in the chat as well. Get involved about Mr. Marinakis for what he's done for the club. Is it 2018 that he brought forward?
17.
No, he was there before. He was there.
I thought he brought us around about the time we stayed up when we beat Ipswich, didn't we?
No, he was there before. He was there before. He was helping Fawaz.
But that was 2017. That though.
No, he was there before that. He was helping. Fawaz was being a clown, wasn't it? So, yeah, if you're watching Fawaz, I don't care. Yeah, he was there. He was helping Fawaz.
He'll get you shut down.
Oh yeah. What's everyone's opinion on Mr. Marinakis? Aaron, let's start with you, Aaron.
I have full respect for the guy. Like everything he says he's going to do with us, he's held promise, he's delivered, and he's put his money where his mouth is. He's put his heart, his mind, his passion, his time into us. I mean, he's literally been a perfect chairman. Now, people have their views on himself, but I think he's been brilliant for us. He's always tried to fight our corner. He's pushed us. He's been ambitious. And yeah, at the start we weren't sure because there was a lot of stumbles at the start with managers coming in and out, players coming in and out. But once Cooper happened, like since then we've just been in the ascendancy. It just needed that glass ceiling to break through to get promoted, and since then we've been really achieved so much. I think in 4 years we've gone from the bottom of the championship to be on verge of Champions League qualification. Like that's exceptional progress for any club at that level, and I've full respect for Marinakis and for what he's done for the club, and it's fantastic that we can build memories now for next season and going forward with him, and he's made this possible, so we owe a lot to him.
Lee?
Oh, he's brilliant, isn't he? He's just a fantastic owner, and the money that he's pumped in, not just in terms of play, but it's just things behind the scenes, isn't it? I mean, if you do that stadium tour, he's literally, there's been no stone unturned, as there anywhere in there. It's the things that you don't see that he's spent his money on. He's been loyal to managers as well. They talk about he's trigger happy, but if you think of Sabri, Houghton, Hoops,
Chris Houghton, how
but you think that start that he could have gone a lot earlier than what he did.
He should have gone against Blue.
I agree. He should have. He should have gone earlier. He's not. There's all this talk that he's trigger happy, but I think he's always tried to give his managers a chance. Lamouchi, he could have been, if he was trigger happy, could have gone straight after the playoff debacle.
Lamouchi should have gone at Stoke City last game. He should have gone then.
Exactly, yeah. So he's always tried to give his managers a chance to sort of right any wrongs, stuff like that. So he's a legend. We couldn't ask for a better owner.
Chelsea,
like Lee said, you can ask for a better owner. His passion, his determination, his loyalty. He speaks up for us when we need
community work as well. That he does recently with the schools. That he did something. Yeah.
I think. Sorry, Chelsea.
No, but I'm saying that's the thing. That doesn't get mentioned, does it?
No.
Well, it's community work. That doesn't get mentioned. It's just, and that's what angers me so much. So of course, any other teams are going to look at him and go, "Oh, he's this horrible man who does, he throws himself in too much and he has a go at Nuno and whatever." You don't see all of that coming in, and that's what angers me so much. You're only seeing one side, and that is what the media is portraying him.
That's the media for you people.
Yeah.
You always want to portray Mr. Marinakis as a bad person, but like I said, as Forest fans, like me, I appreciate that it's done. Not just him, it's Mr. Matildas as well, the family, and all of the stuff, the coaching staff as well, and Nuno as well. We're going to praise Nuno as well for what he did for the club, and as well, if it wasn't for Steve Cooper keeping us up that season as well, we've got to praise him. But all around, Mr. Marinakis, he's just next level, took us to the next step, and hopefully in this European days, wherever we'll be, Champions League or Europa, we'll be there, and hopefully we can enjoy. I can babysit. Gary Marriott can babysit me as well with Molo, and the rest of them can babysit me while in away days as well. I
think we do need to, though, don't we? We need to make sure that we get that Europa League, but we still need a result because, I wouldn't turn my nose up at the Conference League, but we do need to make sure, even if we get these results, even if it's not enough for Champions League, if Palace go and win on Saturday, then we are going to need to get some results from somewhere. So, it's like looking at Europa League teams, but we've got to make sure we're in that at least.
I'm just going to this last comment from Simon. He does some good things, but he can't be coming on the pitch and treated like minds like that. Simon, like I said, context. If you look at it, like I said, and if you read the thing, everyone was angry about the Taiwo situation. So I didn't see a problem with it. It's always going to be negative. No one, like Charles says, no one talks about the good things he does for the club, and that's how I see it. That's how I see it. And if people, I know there's quite a lot of Forest fans that don't agree with it, but that's up to them. That's up to them. And listen. When we are on a positive note, we are in European football. That's all it matters. And it took 30 years. Like I said, all the Forest fans will be going. I can't wait. I cannot wait. I'm literally on tour. That's what it's going to be amazing. I'm on tour seeing Forest play. But here's what it is. Right, people, it's been a pleasure. Thank you to Lee.
Ben?
No, you cannot. No.
Is that right? All right. I think you guessed something before when you were on the podcast last with Molo. That what? I may be helping co-host a podcast with Molo.
Oh, is it you?
Yeah, it is me.
Why are you doing it with Molo for? You can do it yourself. Don't do it with Molo. Molo's waiting to go down if you're with Molo.
It's Simon who was commenting on here earlier. That's his podcast that he wants. And so Simon, me and Molo were helping co-host that.
Simon, where's it? I can't find it. Where's it? Simon Myers?
Yes, yeah.
Oh, this one. Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, I follow him on Instagram. Yes.
Yeah, so it's called Tricky Talks with Jess. We've done the introduction. That's been recorded today. So.
Oh, okay. Have you got the link? YouTube link?
No, not yet. I don't believe. But as soon as I do,
what's it called?
Tricky Talks. So we've done the introduction,
Simon,
but it's not up yet.
Is Simon on now? If you put the link up, so people can follow it. What's it called? Tell people about it, man.
Tricky Talks.
Why got Morrow? People, Morrow, you've been sacked.
He talks sense. Unlike you, Ben.
What do you mean Morrow talks sense? All he talks about is Leicester, how crap Leicester are. That's all he does.
Yeah. You won't have to talk about Leicester for 12 months, will you now? So.
Yeah, exactly.
No, wait. So what's it called?
It's called Tricky Talks.
Tricky Talks.
That's Simon's podcast, and then me and Mollo are co-hosting as well.
No, you shouldn't have Mollo. Tricky Talks.
We filmed the introduction. Well, we recorded the introduction today, so it's not up yet. So
okay, no, we'll talk after the stream when talk to people. But make sure everyone follows it. I will put a link in the description, so everyone go and follow it. Like, it's good to have different foreign people talking about our club. I don't mind it. People have opinions. It's just good. Like, people don't criticize me, because when you criticize me, I'll get angry and I'll call you out. You know who you are, Bellend. I'm not gonna say who it is. But yeah, I have got ability, as if someone says I haven't. So, but yeah, I'm not. Listen, I'm making noise now. Right, people. Not Mollo. Put the link in. Don't put just Tricky Talk. Put the link in. See, this is why he's dreadful, man. Actually dreadful. Right, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for everyone that's come on the channel. Make sure before you do leave, hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. This will redirect to Just Joe. Please give some stick to Just Joe. He's a Leeds fan. I'm looking forward to playing Leeds next week. So all you're gonna do is put Dore sent you. Easy free. Just put easy 3 points for Forest. Dore sent you. Put that. So shout out to Joe for that. Right, it's been a pleasure. Thank you for everyone. Make sure you do hit the like button, subscribe if you're new. We're the European football people, and I cannot wait. Peace and love, everyone. Up the bloody Forest.